So first formula, that is absolute refractive index. What is the formula for absolute refractive index? That is n equal to c by v. So c is speed of light in vacuum and v is speed of light in a given medium. And next we are going to solve that, means next we are going to use the formula that is relative refractive index. So relative refractive index is, that is n to 1, means the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium, that is n2 by n1, and in terms of speed, that is v1 by v2, because the refractive index is inversely proportional to speed of light, and in terms of wavelengths, that is lambda 1 by lambda 2. Why? Because here the speed and wavelength both are directly related. For example, now if we are going to find the refractive index of glass with respect to water, how to write this one? Ng by Nw. And in terms of wavelength, lambda w by lambda g. And this is about, in terms of velocities, vw by vg. Okay. So now this is the relative refractive index of glass with respect to water. Suppose relative refractive index of water with respect to glass, how to write this one? Nwg, that is Nw by Ng, and we can write this one as lambda g by lambda w, and we can write this one as Vg by Vw. So because here refractive index and speed are inversely related, and refractive index and wavelength both are inversely related. So based on this formula, we are going to solve some CET questions. Next, we are going to find apparent depth. Apparent depth in case of normal shift. Suppose to be an object is in a denser medium and observer is in a rarer medium. The observer observing the object through the denser medium. Object is in the denser medium. So what is the formula to find the total apparent depth here? So total apparent depth can be determined by so that is d1 by mu1 plus d2 by mu2. If there are two media, if there are three media, we can write d1 by mu1 plus d2 by mu2 plus d3 by mu3. So it is the formula to find the apparent depth. Already we know that what is the refractive index, apparent depth and real depth, and the object is in denser medium and observer is in rarer medium. So here the refractive index is equal to real depth divided by apparent depth. So when we are going to use this one here, only when object is in denser medium and observer is in rarer medium. So apparent depth is equal to real depth divided by mu. Real depth divided by mu. Means mu is here refractive index. You can use the mu for the refractive index, or otherwise you can use the n for the refractive index. So here d1 is real depth, mu1 is the refractive index of the first medium, and d2 is the real depth of the second medium, and mu2 is the refractive index of second medium. So next we are going to use the formula, that is spherical surface relation. What is that spherical surface relation here? Mu2 by d2, mu2 by b, mu1 by u is equal to mu2 minus of mu1 divided by, that is radius of curvature. So what is mu2 here? mu2 is refractive index of second medium and v is image distance. mu1 is refractive index of first medium and u is object distance, and mu2 minus mu1 is the difference in refractive indices of second medium and first medium, and divided by r means radius of curvature of the spherical surface. So next we are going to use the formula. Fifth one. So what is the focal length of lens? Focal length of lens is denoted by f. If two lenses in contact, what is the effective focal length? That is 1 by f is equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. So now let us consider a convex lens. It is a convex lens. So if this convex lens is cut along the principal section, means it is cut into how many parts here? 2 parts. What is the focal length of each part now? Focal length of each part will be, we are going to find that. So that is f dash is equal to 2f. How it is f dash is equal to 2f? So if the two plano convex lenses are combined, then what is the formula to find the focal length? By using Lensmaker's formula. What is Lensmaker's formula? 1 by f is equal to mu minus of 1 by r1 minus of 1 by r2. If we are going to remove one plano convex lens from the biconvex lens, what is the focal length now? That is 1 by f dash is equal to mu minus of 1, then 1 by r1, and one radius I will take infinity because one side is plane, another side is curved. So one side is plane means that having radius of curvature infinity. So if that one having radius of curvature infinity, 1 by infinity is 0, then it is mu minus of 1 by r. Okay. So now dividing each one by, so if the both plano convex lenses having the same radius of curvature, this can be written as 1 by f is equal to mu minus of 1. It is 2 by r. Why it is 2 by r? So r1 can be taken as plus r. R1 is taken as plus r and r2 is taken as minus r. It is r1 and it is r2. So r1 is taken as plus r and r2 is taken as minus r. 1 by r plus 1 by r, because minus into minus, plus 1 by r plus 1 by r, that is 2 by r. Now we can write mu minus of 1 by 2 by r. Dividing these two terms, here 1 by f divided by 1 by f dash. What is 1 by f here? 1 by f is nothing but mu minus of 1, that is 2 by r. Then what is 1 by f dash here? Mu minus of 1 divided by r. Then what get cancelled here? Mu minus of 1 by r, mu minus of 1 by r both get cancelled. This equation can be written as f dash by f is equal to 2. Then f dash is equal to 2f. Means focal length of each plano convex lens is how much? 2f here. So what is the total focal length here? 1 by f is equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. f1 is the focal length of first plano convex lens, that is 2f. 1 by 2f plus 1 by 2f. 1 by 2f plus 1 by 2f, it is again 2 by 2f. 2 by 2f means here it is 1 by f. So that remains same, that is focal length is f. So based on this formula, we are going to solve some CET questions. So that is why we are going to solve some CET questions based on this. Now we are going to discuss about the first CET question related to refraction of light. What is that question here? A light wave has a frequency of 4 into 10 to the power of 14 Hz. Frequency of light wave is how much? 4 into 10 to the power of 14 Hz. And wavelength of the light is how much? 5 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter. Wavelength is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter in the medium, in the given medium. So the refractive index of the medium is, what is the refractive index of the medium? That is N. You have to find N. How to find the refractive index now? So what are given here? The frequency given, wavelength given. What we have to find now? We have to find the refractive index. How to find the refractive index? By using absolute refractive index formula. What is absolute refractive index formula here? The speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in a given medium. And also we know that what is the expression for the speed of light in terms of wavelength and frequency. So that is C by V is the in terms of wavelength and frequency, that is nu into lambda. Nu into lambda. Already we know that. What is the relation between speed, frequency and wavelength? So what is the value of C? That is 3 into 10 to the power of 8. Then what is frequency given? 4 into 10 to the power of 14. And what is wavelength given? 5 into 10 to the power of minus 7. So here 3 into 10 to the power of 8 divided by 4 into 5, that is 3 divided by 4 into 5, 20. So 3 into 10 to the power of 8 divided by, it is 10 to the power of 7. 10 to the power of 7. So I will write this one as 3 into 10 to the power of 8 divided by 2 into 10 to the power of 8. Then, so 10 to the power of 8, 10 to the power of 8 get cancelled. 3 by 2 it is 1.5. So what is the refractive index of the medium here? The refractive index of the medium is 1.5. It is a first question that is related to refractive index, absolute refractive index. Then next one, second question. A vessel of depth 2d cm is filled with a liquid of refractive index mu1 and the upper half with a liquid of refractive index mu2. So the apparent depth of the vessel seen perpendicular from above. So what is that? See here, there are two media. What is the depth of these two media here? That is 2d. Depth is 2d. Then depth of each medium, that is d and d. Okay, because they are half filled. Half filled means half filled, first half filled liquid having the depth d, next half filled liquid having the depth again d, and it is d plus d, again it is a 2d. What is the refractive index of first liquid here? mu1. Refractive index of second liquid here, that is mu2. So we are going to find the apparent depth. Already I said that what is the expression for apparent depth here? Total apparent depth. Apparent depth is equal to d by mu1 plus d by mu1. D is the real depth for the first liquid, first half filled liquid. Then next, what about its refractive index? Its refractive index is mu1, and next real depth for the next half filled liquid, and its refractive index is mu2. Then what is common here? D is common. Then it is 1 by mu1 plus 1 by mu2. On solving this one, what is the LCM here? mu1 into mu2. D into mu1 into mu2. Sorry, D into mu1 into mu2. Then it is mu1 plus mu2. Then it is the answer for the apparent depth. Apparent depth. Okay. So these two are this question is related to absolute refractive index and this question is related to apparent depth. So next we are going to discuss the question relates that the problem is an underwater swimmer is at a depth of 12 meters below the surface of water. So it is the surface of water. Now an underwater swimmer is at a depth of 12 meters below the surface of water. At what distance the swimmer is there? At the distance of 12 meters from the surface of water. Then a bird is at a height of 18 meters from the surface of water. There is a bird. This is a bird which is at a distance of 18 meters. 18 meters from the surface of water, directly above his eyes. For the swimmer, the bird appears to be at a distance from the surface of water is equal to. See here, where is the observer here? Observer is in denser medium and the object is in rarer medium. So, who observing the bird here? The observer who is in the denser medium means who is in water. So the bird is in air medium. Then what is the formula to find the apparent depth here? means the distance of the bird from the swimmer, no, from the surface of water we have to find the apparent depth. So we know that if the observer is in denser medium and the object is in rarer medium, what is the formula for refractive index here? The formula for refractive index is, that is apparent depth divided by real depth. So which case taken here? The observer is in denser medium, but the object is in rarer medium. If the object is in denser medium and observer is in rarer medium, we are going to take the refractive index is equal to real depth divided by apparent depth. Then now what we have to find out? We have to find the distance of the bird from the observer from the surface of water, means we have to find the apparent depth of the bird from the swimmer. So that is apparent depth is equal to n into real depth. N into real depth. So what is the refractive index of water given here? The refractive index of water given is 4/3. And the real depth of the bird. So real depth of the bird is how much? 18. So 3 1s are 3 6s are. So that is 4 6 are 24 meter. So what is the apparent depth of the bird from the swimmer here? That is 24 meter. So what is the actual distance of the bird from the surface of water? That is 18 meter. That actual distance is called real depth. Okay. So next we are going to discuss about a point object is placed at the center of the glass sphere of radius 6 cm and a refractive index 1.5. The distance of the virtual image from the surface of the sphere is, okay, where is the object here? Object is at the center of the glass sphere of radius how much? 6 cm and its refractive index how much? 1.5. The distance of the virtual image from the surface of the water. So here object is in denser medium, and observer is in rarer medium. Again, which concept we are going to take here? By using this spherical surface relation. What is spherical surface relation? That is mu2 by b minus mu1 by u, that is equal to mu1 by u, that is equal to mu2 minus of mu1 divided by r. Okay. So let us take what is the refractive index of medium given here? That is 1.5. So in which medium the object is there? Object is in denser medium. So what is the refractive index of denser medium? Denser medium is the first medium. Okay. So where is the object? That medium is taken as first medium. So and where we are going to observe the image? From the rarer medium. Which is the rarer medium? Air is the rarer medium. Then the refractive index of air is how much? 1. It is 1 by b minus of. Then what is the refractive index of glass here? That is 1.5. 1.5 can be written as 3 by 2 into r, because the distance of the object is r, because object is placed at the distance of radius, that is 3 by 2 r, that is equal to mu2 is how much? Mu2 is again 1 minus of mu1 is how much? That is 3 by 2 divided by r. So what we have to find out? We have to find the distance of the image b. We have to find the distance of the image b. That is 1 by b is equal to, then 1 minus 3 by 2. 1 minus 3 by 2 is minus 1 by 2 divided by r. Then I will take minus 3 by 2r to the right hand side. That is 3 by 2r. Minus becomes plus. So it is now minus of 1 by 2r plus 3 by 2r. So what is common in both here? 1 by 2r is the common. 1 by 2r is the common, means here minus of 1 plus 3. Minus of 1 plus 3. So it is how much? Minus of 1 plus 3 is 2. So 1 by 2r into 2. Then 2 get cancel. It is 1 by b. Then 1 by b is equal to r. Then b is equal to r. 1 by V is equal to 1 by R. Then V is equal to R. Then what is R? R is 6 centimeter. So where the image is formed here? Image is formed at 6 centimeter. Okay, it is the position of the virtual image, that is 6 centimeter. So now we are going to discuss about the lens problems. Two similar plano convex lenses are combined together in three different ways. In three different ways, two plano convex lenses are combined, as shown in the diagram. The ratio of the focal length in the three cases will be. What is the ratio of the focal length in the three cases? See here, what is the figure given here? Figure given that first figure is a biconvex lens. Means these two plano convex lenses are joined together. It is a biconvex lens. What is its focal length? Its focal length will be f only. Then next, again two plano convex lenses. They are combined like this. Then what is the focal length of plano convex lens? Already we discussed that is 2f. So focal length of each plano convex lens 2f and 2f. They are combined. What is the effective focal length? Effective focal length is 1 by f is equal to 1 by 2f plus 1 by 2f. So 1 by 2f plus, I will take it is f1 and it is f2. So 1 by 2f plus 1 by 2f, that is 2 by 2f. 2 by 2f means 2 to get cancelled, that is f2 is equal to f2. Next, again two plano convex lenses combined like this, and each plano convex lens having the focal length how much? 2f. Listen here, the focal length of biconvex lens is f, but focal length of plano convex lens is 2f. So again here 1 by f3 is equal to, it is focal length of this combination of two plano convex lenses. 1 by f3 is equal to 1 by 2f plus 1 by 2f. So 1 by 2f plus 1 by 2f, that is again 1 by f. It is 1 by f3. Then f3 is equal to f. Then take the ratios. If we are going to take the ratios, f1 is to f2, f2 is to f3. So all combination means the combination of plano convex lenses in each case is f only. They get cancelled. That is 1 is to 1 is to 1, because the combination of plano convex lenses having the same focal length here. That is 1 is to 1 is to 1. Next question. What is that next question here? So listen the question carefully. In the figure, an ear lens of radii of curvature 10 cm is cut in a cylinder of glass. See here, diagram is given. It is a cylindrical glass slab. There is a ear lens. This ear lens is cut. Okay, ear lens. Ear lens means here there is a ear medium and it is a glass medium. It is glass medium and it is a ear medium. Then 10 cm. What is the radius of curvature of each surface here? 10 cm. Then cut in a cylinder of glass. Mu is equal to 3 by 2. What is the refractive index of glass given here? 3 by 2. The focal length and nature of the lens. What is the focal length of this lens and what is the nature of this lens? Whether it is concave or whether it is convex. That we have to find. So how to find it? By using Lensmaker's formula. Which formula? Lensmaker's formula. Using Lensmaker's formula. Using Lensmaker's formula. What about the Lensmaker's formula here? So 1 by f is equal to mu minus 1, mu minus of 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. It is Lensmaker's formula. So here the refractive index of this medium is how much? That is 1, because here from which medium to which medium light passing here? From glass medium to air medium, means denser medium to rarer medium. So we can write this one as mu to 1. Mu to 1 can be written as mu 2 by mu 1 minus of 1. It is 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Then what is the radius of curvature for each surface here? That is R1 is equal to plus 10 centimeter. R1 is plus 10 centimeter because it is at right side, and R2 is minus 10 centimeter because it is at left side. See here, in case of a lens, it is a lens. R1 is taken in positive direction, R2 is taken in negative direction. R1 is taken as plus 10 centimeter and R2 is taken as minus 10 centimeter. Okay, these are the radii of curvature of lens. Then from which medium to which medium light passing here? From glass medium to air medium. If the light passing from glass medium to air medium, first medium is glass and second medium is air. Okay, because the lens having the air here. Then what is the refractive index of air? 1. Then what is the refractive index of glass? That is 1.5. 1.5 means that is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 minus of 1. It is 1 by R1. 1 by R1 is 1 by 10. So 1 by R2 is minus of 10. Means minus by minus, that is plus. That is 1 by 10. Then so it is 2 by 3 minus of 1. It is 2 by 10. 2 by 10. So it is minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3 into 2 by 10. 2 ones are 2 5s are. So it is 1 by m is equal to minus of 1 by m is equal to minus of 1 by 15. Then f is equal to minus 15 centimeter. So f is got how much? Minus 15 centimeter. If the negative focal length you got, then it is a which type of lens? It is a concave lens. It is the concave lens of focal length how much? 15 centimeter. Why it is called concave lens here? Because we got the focal length is negative. If we got the focal length is negative, then it is a concave lens. If we got the focal length is positive, then it is a convex lens. So it is a concave lens. It is a concave lens of focal length 15 centimeter. Hence, it is the answer. So this is very important problem related to lens maker's formula. Next. So another question related to lens. What is that? A thin symmetrical double convex lens of power P is cut into 3 parts A, B and C as shown. The power of. Okay. So see here, there is a double convex lens is given. It is a double convex lens. Is cut into 3 parts. This part is taken as A, and this part is taken as B, and this part is taken as C. What are the options given here? Options given, A option is C is P, means power of the part C is P, and next B. Next A is 2P, means power of the part A is 2P. Then next is C. B is P by 2. So that is power of the part B is P by 2. Then next D. B is 3P by 2. Means it is the power of the part B is 3P by 2, which is the correct term. We have to find out. So first we have to study about whenever the lens cut along the principal section and whenever the lens cut along the principal axis. If the lens cut along the principal section. This is called principal section. Then what is the focal length of each plane of convex lens here? That is 2f. Already we proved that. Okay. Then the focal length of each lens is 2f. 2f. Then what is the power of each lens here? That is, power is nothing but 1 by 2f. Power of each plane of convex lens. That is 1 by 2f. Because already we know that. What is power? Power is the reciprocal of focal length. Power of this one, that is also P is equal to 1 by 2f. Okay. So, but here we are going to find this one. The next, if we are going to find, if the lens is cut along the principal axis like this, then what is the focal length of each part here? Focal length of each part remains same, that is f, find f, but here intensity of the light reduces. But here intensity remains same, but here intensity of light reduces. Why the intensity of light reduces here? So upper part will be removed or lower part will be removed, means the number of convergent rays decreases. As the number of convergent rays decreases, intensity also decreases. Now it is f and it is a f. Then what is the power of this part? Power of this part is 1 by f, and power of this part is also, that is 1 by f. But what is our question? So what is the power of A? Power of A must be, power of A must be here P only, because 1 by f is equal to P only. So A is to P given, it is wrong. Next, power of C. What is power of C? P. That is also wrong, because it is cut along the principal section. Then what is the power of B here? Power of B is P by 2. So how it is P by 2? See here, I will take it is part B. This is part B. Then this is part B. Then what is its focal length now? Its focal length is nothing but here f, and it is 1, it is 2f. Why it is 2f here? It is a planar convex lens. Then what is its power here? That is 1 by 2f. But 1 by f is nothing but here, 1 by f is nothing but P, that is P by 2. Then it is P dash. Then what is the power of B here? Power of B is P by 2. Then C is the correct answer. So you have to know whenever the lens cut along the principal section and whenever the lens cut along the principal axis. If the lens cut along the principal section, the focal length of each plane of convex lens becomes 2f, means power is equal to 1 by 2f. Okay, so 1 by 2f means here it is P by 2. So before its power is P is equal to 1 by f before cutting. Because before cutting its focal length is f. Okay, after cutting its focal length becomes 2f and 2f along the principal section. So before cutting that is 1 by f, after cutting it is 1 by 2f. So what is 1 by f here? That is power before cutting, that is P by 2. Hence it is the part B. This part is taken as B. So what is the power of part B here? That is P by 2. Then C is the correct